Wiz Khalifa, Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh my
and
God,
guess what?
Wiz Khalifa is part of the Ty Dolla $ign tree.
And guess what? Ty Dolla $ign, Leon Thomas. Get the out of here. Hey, before you watch this clip right now, I need you to do me a favor. Please like, subscribe, and comment after you watch that video.
You might want to sit down for this.
So no one heard Octane, right?
No.
So no, I'm not going to talk much about it. But I will say,
I heard a couple songs and they're fire. I've never heard anything of him that doesn't sound good.
Can I say this?
Have you?
No, I haven't. He is in the lane of Gunna when you talk about effectively
like
producing at a high clip of record and it not being like he doesn't have a lot of like categorical misses where you're like, oh my God, this is not dope. He knows his voice, he knows the production to use. Yeah, just like who?
I'll keep it to myself.
No, like who?
No, y'all know who I'm talking about.
No, I don't know who you're talking about.
That's it.
What?
Yep. Continue.
Okay. He's so good at what he does. This Yeet feature that he has on here, he made Yeet sound, because sometimes his beats are not, the most, pleasing, melodic, but bro, and the song with Rema,
I'll listen to it.
The song with Travis Scott, the Sa Baby one, some of the ones by himself,
I like Sa Baby.
It was really, and you know what I was gonna say?
He's a good salesman, isn't he?
Who?
You.
No, who cares about? Who cares about the salesmanship?
He's like, damn, I gotta.
Because
I wasn't sold before. I am now.
The interesting point to note, I will say, is he's one of the headliners of Rolling Loud, and part of the discourse right now is
the only one that's in America.
Yeah. Part of the discourse now is that there is no hip hop superstars that are even headlining, and that's kind of a reflection of where the music game is. But to be honest with you, he makes such great music and he charts and sells so well, which, remember, he signed under Travis Scott, which is really, if you go further, that's Kanye West or Ye/Ti, depending on how you look at it.
Or you ask.
Right, because they had that weird deal where he was kind of where Travis kind of had his deal under Grand Hustle and Good Music. It was like this weird. I think he eventually went under Good Music. But what I was gonna say is that there's not a lot of people, like, we have to really congratulate the artists who are able to birth other artists, and then their artists are able to birth other artists who do well commercially. Because it's one thing to be a talented artist that an artist puts on, but to then go into the field and make a career for yourself, that is a big feat that not a lot of people do. Like, there's a lot of these houses that the 2000s built and the early 2010s where, they had a lot of main second tier artists, and then either their careers flopped or whatever, and so they couldn't really give birth to another artist. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of artists that will never know who they would have put on because they were never really put on in the way that they probably wished that they could. You know what I mean? Like, I still look at
okay.
So like I look for T.I., for example, even though T.I., I quantify he could be a part of that same tree, right? I quantified that T.I. could be a part of that same tree, but for argument's sake, let's say he's not. Don Toliver is probably having
You're giving Don Toliver T.I.'s
No.
What are you doing?
Don Toliver is having a more fruitful career than Young Dro.
So? Like, that's surprising to you? Like, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Yes.
Wait, no,
why?
Because the more an artist gets put on by another artist, they get this complex where they feel like they're the most important thing, and they don't have the.
That's not. Forever.
Excuse me. Wait.
What do you mean is recent?
What's not forever? Please explain your position before you look over.
Are you about to
down
name
there.
5 artists that have artists that are that were killing it and they're also killing it too?
Exactly. Because if you're not about to do that,
that's a recent thing.
You're asking me if. Mm-hmm. So no, don't change the context of the argument.
That's what I heard.
No, but how? I didn't even use the
you
the
just
number
said,
5. I never used the number 5.
No, I brought 5.
I brought 5. So you did change it.
I didn't change it. No, I added to it. I added to it.
So it is not brand new for an artist to heavily promote other artists, and they go on and do well.
heavily promote or be signed to and be directly involved in their career.
Directly involved with career,
Different.
And they're popping. And they're popping.
Yeah.
No. And
not
that
a brand new thing.
artist is popping.
Not a brand new.
Okay, so no, but he did say brand new. He said it's not often.
There's so many failed attempts at this. Ludacris, for example.
But that's because Ludacris stopped making music. He started making Fast and Furious movies.
No. But I'm talking about
when he was popping.
the offspring that he birthed. Shauna, I-20, Chingy. We saw what happened. Chingy was the one that was really going the distance. But then it's like, okay, then it's like Chingy would have to produce somebody else. That would be the direct comparison. Where is the artist that Chingy brought up? But then Chingy be like, I didn't do that because my career was fucked.
Kanye West?
Oh no.
Well, it's from the whole tree. But this argument,
Rihanna?
but this argument,
I'm asking a question.
he signed her to Def Jam, and that wasn't really his imprint. But you could say,
yes, he birthed Rihanna.
but you're talking about, but Don
Kanye
Toliver.
West
Hold on,
rejuvenate John Legend?
hey, trying to wrap this hat. We are talking about the artist that Don Toliver's from the tree of. So your argument is not doesn't do anything. It's very rare.
Nigga, we out here talking
It
about
is
Young
rare.
Dro, like, I'm trying to, like,
I'm cleaning this bitch, and I'm finna shoulder leaning this bitch. So what? So what? Pussy ass nigga. You talking about? Like, what the fuck this nigga talking about? That's what I'm saying. Young Dro.
No, but
you know who else? You know who else needs B.O.B. deserve more.
B.O.B. lost his mind.
That's why.
B.O.B. It's
Wait,
like no.
that's
B.O.B. had a hard time because after he had those commercial successes,
then
if you listen to the music he made after, he never resonated again, and he started to go crazy.
So something happened
Well, this
first
is news
before
to
he
me,
went
so
crazy. I didn't know that.
This is news to me.
Yeah,
So you're putting me on.
B.O.B. had a really hard time because remember when he came out, it was so incredible.
And nothing on you, baby.
Yo, all he's saying is new.
That's right, defend your brother.
No, it's just it's not often.
Yeah.
When someone is very hot in the streets
From this, and also from this particular artistry, has to be these guys.
No, it doesn't.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying that's one great example. Travis Scott and Don Toliver.
Who did DMX put on?
Both popping.
Drugs.
See what?
Look at him dissing. Look at him dissing one of the greatest.
That's one of my
artists all
favorite
time.
rappers. You fucking bitch.
And DMX was
Drag On tried,
But that's not who we're talking about.
Drag On tried, and he couldn't break through.
We're
My
talking
point
about
is that people try and it doesn't always work. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's all he said. He just
It
needs at
takes
a
a
big level.
selflessness.
Everyone has artists,
All
but
right,
he's talking
Travis
about
Scott.
Okay.
no.
Well done.
We're moving on. Okay, so Brent Faiyaz.
Wiz Khalifa, Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh my
And
God,
guess what?
Wiz Khalifa is part of the Ty Dolla $ign tree.
And guess
Wait.
what, bitch? Ty Dolla $ign, Leon Thomas. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but the problem is that you're proving his point that it happens a lot. So that's the problem.
No, that's a 3-1. Give me a 3-1 right now.
Yeah, because
Give me a 3-1 right now, nigga. Give me a Steph Curry right now.
I still give Drake credit for the weekend.
well, that one. Well, look. Here's the problem with that.
That's what I said.
No, but here's the problem with that. Because I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I don't want to speak.
Okay, so Drake did weekend. Okay, what we can do?
I still get, huh?
So what's the weekend? Because I said give me the 3.
Oh, okay. So the following
also,
tree.
He changed your argument.
Oh my God.
Again.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
No, we're
bad.
talking about.
Okay, Birdman, Wayne, Drake.
Yo, it's not often, yo. What are we
Birdman,
talking
Wayne,
about?
Drake.
It's not often.
Birdman,
we gotta stop.
Yo.
Sorry, I'm gonna finish. Birdman, Wayne, Drake.
No. Birdman is not a fucking artist. Shut the front door.
Birdman was never an artist.
Oh no! See how we did that? See how you changed the argument?
Birdman
was never an artist. It was never.
You know what's being
poppin'?
said.
He was never an artist.
It is.
No one said
You know who else is an artist? Keith or fucking Sutherland. What do you want? So just because you go in a booth and record
fuck,
something,
I thought he was joking at first.
Just because you go in the booth and now we're gonna say whoever goes in the booth is an artist. Well, and he's an artist because he's toured.
Yeah, I'm crying.
And I love Keith
thought you were
Sutherland.
joking.
Birdman, Wayne.
No,
He was a businessman and started doing some rap. Let's not do this. I'm enough.
And Yo Gotti is also not in this category either because when you're just a label head and that's predominantly
Gotti's
you're
not
an
in this
executive.
category?
I don't consider him. Okay, then who's the artist that Yo Gotti signed that is now birthed another artist? Then
All right.
so did Glorilla birth another artist? Did Black Youngsta?
Why are you
do
arguing
that?
something that no one's arguing, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not arguing.
He just said it's not
I
as
don't know
often.
where we are right
You know,
now.
he just said it's not often. It
It
should
is
be
difficult
praised
to
when it
pass the
comes out.
baton.
It's not often. Someone's really low and has a really popping artist. It's really hard when it's a super popping guy bringing another super popping guy,
Yes.
and they're both super popping. At the
Travis
same time.
Scott is still
that's all
hot
he's saying.
in the game.
It's just not as often as you may think.
Travis
saying
Scott
it
is
never
not cooled
happened.
off. Do you
Of course
understand?
it's happened.
You're right.
Travis Scott is not cooled up. Like, okay, perfect example.
You guys are right.
Perfect example.
No,
Kendrick Lamar now with
yeah.
Baby Keem, who he just announced, which by the time this comes out, I think his album's going to be out now, Boomman or whatever. Yeah. If Baby Keem now, if his star power goes big after
that's
this
the
album,
potential. That's the one right there.
then that will be a TDE pass Kendrick the baton, and then Kendrick actually passed it to someone who actually went on and did something.
Stayed popping as well. Not taking a break, sitting down.
Baby Keem popping? Is that what we're doing right now?
Sorry?
He said if.
No, because there's an argument online right now.
He's saying set up.
There's an argument right now about Kendrick Lamar, Baby Keem, and J. Cole, JID.
What's the argument?
Wait, what's the argument?
The argument
I
is
wasn't there. I'm asking too.
him rolling his head back.
Like,
Your internet feed is infuriating.
I just want to know who. I just want to know. I didn't hear it.
Well, they're trying
Yo,
to
make
compare.
sure we don't run out of time before we get to T.I. and Lil Wayne, you know.
No, I know. So,
You're talking about fucking Don Toliver.
but that was
They're
the
beefing?
pipeline. But that was the pipeline to it. No, but it's no. We're gonna talk about it. But anyway, to round off that point,
It's just not as often as we think. That's all.
wait, what's not as often as you think?
What you brought up?
This guy has to be like 7 artists deep, 9 artists deep.
No, it's just people struggle with their own superstardom and don't know how to foster another artist while they're dealing with their own career. It's very difficult. It fails a lot. A lot of these artists labeled. Big Sean's finally famous. He had a label set up for other artists and nothing ever happened with it because his deal was messed up. So it's like you almost have to have a perfect storm to be able to put other people on, and a lot of people don't get that because the person who put them on put them in a fucked up deal. So it's like someone has to break the cycle for something to go right for them to even feel like giving another person the shine. That's really all the point was. But let's go to that.
Ross Meek Mill.
Yeah. And then who did Meek Mill put on?
Unfortunately, he died.
The
kid.
Yeah, but then he young Snoop.
Snoop.
And then who did Wale put on? Because Wale was also a descendant. Well, technically it's Mark Ronson, but
the Blue Moon over the
the label, yeah.
I thought
it doesn't always work.
I thought
Wale had a hard time with his career. I mean, we're making it.
But that's the point. I think the more difficult you had it with your career.
But Travis Scott to Don Toliver isn't 3.
But he said Travis Scott is from
Kanye West.
Travis Scott's not from.
Okay, I'm not doing this.
Yo,
I'm just
ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, whatever.
This episode
Was he popping without Kanye?
Travis Scott was in the writing rooms for
Travell,
old
ask me this
Kanye
question.
West
Okay.
albums.
Was he popping?
No, then
before
okay.
Kanye?
Yeah, of course.
I said then okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Trust me.
I said then okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
okay.
okay.
Trust me, it's okay.
Then okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
But okay,
Yeah,
before we get
it's
to that
okay.
thing
So there
that
are a
you're
lot of
gonna
dudes in
say,
a lot of writing rooms. We're just gonna connect them to these niggas now. Make them.
yeah, especially if they're on the paperwork.
Kanye West couldn't launch 3 artists in a row. People said their label was crazy. We're gonna give Kanye West credit for Travis Scott.
Wait, Kanye, you know what? Kanye launched a lot of people. We're not
We're not gonna do this. Kanye launched people.
You mentioned John Legend earlier. He did.
Underestimate John Legend. Stop this.
Absolutely.
I'm not under. I was the one making. You know what? Y'all got it.
Who else is on good music?
Well, Big Sean. Big Sean got big, but
Big Sean from Kanye. We're not gonna pretend.
Yes. But then where did he go?
Pusha T's solo career. Kanye. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But
Rejuvenation of Common. We're gonna put that there too. We're giving him these things. You guys don't want to do it. Psy had a Prince. Like, what do you want?
But Kanye is an outlier. You know what? I think I found out what the thread is before we close this. I think you kind of have to be a producer as well. Like, I think you have to have enough producer brain to where you can turn off your artistry to allow for the other things to flourish. Because Travis Scott is a producer categorically. Ye is a producer. Jay was an executive, so that kind of.
If we're doing executive, then okay.
Yeah, but he was an artist first. No. Right? So that's why maybe there has to be a bit of that. If you're just a pure MC or whatever, maybe that's where the difficulty is. Maybe that's where it is. But oh man, wait, why would he say that? Yo, that is honestly insane. But you know what? While you ponder and think about that, if what he said was right or wrong, which I don't really care because I'm always right, why don't you take a look at these other videos here that are for you to check out? Come on, go on, click them. Come on, press it. Especially this one. This one, I don't think you understand what was said, man. It was crazy.
You might want to sit down for this.